philosophy. A freak like me just needs infinity.
Thank you guys. Thank you very much. Wow. Thank you. Thank you so much. Come, sit down. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm awake now. I'm awake. I was sleepy a few hours ago, now I'm awake. Come, sit down. Thank you so much for such a wonderful, warm welcome. I love you guys. Come sit. Let's have a talk. So we have the crowd here. There. Okay. Oh, we allowed drums also? Baba, this is not a wedding. It's not a barat. Relax. Thank you guys. Come, let's settle down. Thank you. Well, as Gautam said, I've been traveling. I haven't slept in about 24 hours. And I was a bit sleepy because I had meetings all day today. And thank you for waking me up. I got here and I said, my God. So, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Dave, okay? My friends say that Dave is short form for devil. Yeah, so many nice, generous things have been said about me. But like I always start off by saying, I am nothing more than a street sign. You know what a street sign is? A street sign indicates a distance to a destination. That's all it is. But then, the person who's traveling the journey needs to make it to the destination. So, I am merely a street sign for your leaders. That's it. But they travel their own journey to get to where they are. And I'm immensely proud of all of them because they had the stamina, courage, and character to basically, and they still carry on this journey. And that is why all of you are here today. So I was wondering what we should speak about today. And I went back to the basics. Because I'm flying out tonight at 3 o'clock. So I said, let me give you some practical pointers. What do you say, guys? You will get enough of motivation from all the other great speakers. Okay? Let me today I'm going to answer 3 questions. The 3 most asked questions over the last 13 and a half years. You want to know what the 3 questions are that I get asked? First question is, why did you choose to do it? Yes? You all want to know? Second question, how did you build such a big team? And the third question, how do you sustain it? So I think if I answer these three questions, my job is done tonight. What do you think? So the question is why? So let me explain to you why. So I was an investment banker and I had many dreams. You know, you guys have a dream list, right? I also had a dream list. My dream list is I wanted to be a vice president in an investment bank. That was one dream. Then I wanted to be a managing director in an investment bank. And as I worked, I was very hardworking young man. No, I'm no longer young. I am now officially middle-aged. I turned 44 a few days ago, so I'm told that's middle age now. But I achieved these milestones with a lot of hard work. And I was blessed with a lot of mentors in my life who helped me on my journey in the corporate world. And every time I got to that point where I was ticking something off on my list, I realized it wasn't what I thought it would be. The money was good, but my quality of life started to suffer very badly. Because I soon learned that you never get paid more to do less. Do you understand what I'm saying? Bigger the post, more the responsibility. And they say in English, be careful what you wish for. And I soon realized that. Because there's a saying in English also, it gets very hot in the kitchen after some time. And you got to deal with a lot of pressure. And you're basically working 24/7. The higher up you go on the ladder, you're working 24/7. So this was something that I had at the back of my mind. Okay? But I didn't know what to do. So I was in the employees segment, the E. You know ESBI, right? I hope you all know what ESBI is. The 4 quadrants. So I chose to then start my own business. Being a banker, what did I do? I started my own hedge fund. So I got into business. And soon I realized that being an employee was like a Sunday picnic compared to being a business owner. Now it is really 24/7. Now when I went to bed, I was dreaming about my work also, because it's my business now. So it got even worse. And along the way, QNET came along. A very good friend of mine showed me the business plan, just like somebody showed it to you. And all I saw when I saw the plan, I saw the numbers. I understood the numbers, okay? To be honest, the numbers didn't, obviously making over $1 million a year is no joke in the world, okay? But when you're a senior investment banker, you can earn that kind of money also, with your bonus and everything. What attracted me was, I said, if we do it right, if we build it the way it's supposed to be built, I will get time. Do you understand? And a testament to this belief is today. Today, I will leave at 3:30 in the morning for a flight to Cape Town. And I will not be present for the rest of this event, unfortunately. And I apologize for that. Because I can't miss my best friend's wedding, and I'm the best man. So if the best man doesn't show up, I'll have some issues, you know. So I won't even be here. But the show goes on. Isn't that amazing? How many of you want to be in this kind of position? I was you 13 and a half years ago. A business that can run without you is a business for a lifetime. And that is what I saw when I saw the plan. Now, how many of you, be honest with me. I know most of you are very new. How many of you have come here to figure things out? You know, you're not sure about the company, you're not sure whether you can do it, or you've taken the right decision. You know, still a bit on the fence. Can I have a show of hands, please? Please be honest, it's fine. Okay. Well, let me share something with you. What strengthened my belief recently, very recently, a few years ago, is basically there's a very, very troubling, disturbing trend in the world right now. And all of you can feel it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to nail it down and give it to you straight. Those of you put your hands up saying you're not sure. I know where you're coming from. But let me tell you that over 90% of you very soon won't have a choice. Because we live in a world where the rich become richer. The poor get poorer, and the middle class are squeezed. What was ₹1,00,000 worth 10 years ago? What's ₹1,00,000 today? Think about it. ₹1,00,000 today is not even money. True or not? Do people talk about lakpatis anymore? Or you talk about crorpatis only now? Why? Because your maid is a lakpati. The wage you made 10 years ago, 15 years ago, today is what your domestic help gets paid. True or not true? So is this not a troubling trend? So people think they're very smart. But what all of us need to realize, and I want you all to understand this tonight, is the fact that there's a hidden tax that everyone pays. Even if you don't pay tax, you're paying tax. You know what that tax is called? Inflation. It is a hidden tax that nobody can escape. Do everything costs more, right? Isn't that a tax? Are your wages growing at the same pace? Are they? I hope so. But most likely not. So that's one reason. Second reason is we have a population, and most of you are from India, a population that is growing. Yes. But a workforce that is shrinking due to technology. What does technology do? Technology is more efficient than a human being. True or not? Technology is more efficient than a human being. If you pull the phone out of your pocket, every app you have has cost millions of jobs around the world. What app do you use the most on your phone? WhatsApp. WhatsApp put the postman out of business. You realize that, no? When's the last time you went to a post office? Some of you may have never been to a post office only. The younger people over here. How many millions of jobs around the world were lost because of this app called WhatsApp? But it's a brilliant app. We all use it. Today, WhatsApp is replacing email also. People are sending attachments on messaging and checking their email even less. So do you understand where the world is going? I have a private bank account in Hong Kong and in Dubai. Private banking is the premium banking service. I've never entered a branch in my life. The bank account was set up by my relationship manager in my house. And every transaction I do through my banking app, online banking. Send money to my mom, my dad, my sister, my family. Don't go to the bank. How many jobs did that cost? Think. Where's the stockbroker today? Gone. Online trading. Yes. Do you understand where I'm going with this, right? Now the scary part is we are entering a new phase. It's called a new revolution. The robots are coming. Do you know that? A robot doesn't get health benefits. A robot works harder than any of us can work. Driverless cars are coming. I can go on, I can give you examples all day long. So I personally am very concerned for many of you. My relationship manager, my birthday was on March the 1st. I invited him for my birthday party. And I joked with him and I told him, listen, if you don't come for my birthday, I will find a new relationship manager. And he was very quiet on the phone. He said, Dave, they sacked me 2 weeks ago. Why? You don't need a relationship manager anymore. You do everything on the app. So they can shrink the workforce. Now this trend alone should be your why. It's mine. Industries are changing. Technology is disrupting the whole fabric of human society. It is debatable in a good way or bad way. We can debate about this all day long. But the fact of the matter is, it's a train wreck that is already happening. A growing population, a shrinking job market. Does anyone disagree with what I'm saying? Don't have to agree with me because I'm holding the mic. But this is the reality that we are living with. So this is why I chose to do it, and I still choose to do what I do. So I've answered the first reason. Quality of life, and very startling, quality of life meaning time and money, not just money. The ability to do what you want to do, when you want to do it, and how you want to do it. Wouldn't you like a life like that? Living it on your terms. That was my why. That still is my why. Now the question is how? How do you build a team? How did I build my team? Two things. Trust and integrity. Two things. Do you realize you can only build a network if people trust you? And people will only trust you if you're a person with integrity. Does everyone understand what I'm saying? This business is simply leveraging the trust and integrity that people have in you. Now, how do people trust you? And how do people talk about you as being a person with integrity? These may seem like big words for some of you. Very simple. My boss told me this many years ago. He said, Dave, keep your promises. Keep your promises. He's saying do it. And there are no big promises and small promises. A promise is a promise. I'll call you back. And then you don't call the person back. You've broken a promise. Yes? The courtesy of replying to a message. And keeping your word. That's it. If you do that again and again and again and again, you will be trusted and people will say, this guy can be taken for his word. Are you understanding what I'm saying? This is how Dew Wadhwani started building the business. Because I kept my promises. To the best of my ability. I can't say I kept every promise I made. But when people see, they will feel your heart. Do you understand what I'm saying? That this guy, okay, maybe he wasn't able to live up to this promise, but he tried his best at least. Koshish to kiya. Or sometimes the promise is delayed promise. It may happen a little later than what you said. But when people see your intention, is pure, your team will grow. And that's exactly what happened with me. I just kept my promises. And I showed the plan over and over and over again. And when I told somebody, I'll be there with you till the finish line, I also kept my promise. It wasn't about my check only, it was about their check. Many of us forget that we are only here because of other people. And when you keep your promise, you will build a team. So integrity and trust is the fuel that will build your organization. That's why it's called network marketing. What do people buy into? You guys didn't even know about this company. You didn't even know I existed till now. You're here because of somebody you trusted. True or not? How would you feel if that person lets you down? How would you feel? Think about it. You'll be betrayed, right? Dhoka. Now this is the biggest problem with what we do. The biggest problem. And it really bothers me. How can you open your mouth and make a promise to somebody and then they trust you and they believe in you and then you walk away after some time? Because it's uncomfortable or it's harder than you thought it would be. Do you understand what I'm saying? Translation, am I talking too fast or am I okay? Where's translation? I can't see. I mean, if they need me to speak slower, just ask them to let us know. So, let's get back to integrity and trust. How do you build a team? My team is my family. You have no idea. My team is my family. Some of my team closer than my family also, than my blood family, than my biological family. It's the truth. And you can ask any of your uplines, they feel much the same also. It's not like I don't love my family, don't get me wrong. I love my family also, but I love my team like my family. And let me explain why. So, at some point in time, your parents decided to get married and have children. How many parents over here? You know what I'm saying, right? You got married. Then our parents had kids. They had us. You think they were ready for us when we came along? Which parent got trained to be a parent? Explain this to me. So getting married is like the sign up. You understand? And then you say, now let's start a family. Let's have some children. Now making a child is fun. I hope it is at least. Yeah? Making a kid is fun. It's a fun activity, right? Yeah? But when the kid comes, unfortunately, there's no refund policy for children. You understand? No refund policy. Unlike QNET and Vihan, where we have a refund policy, once your kid comes, boss, your life has changed after that. You change, your parents get involved, your grandparents get involved, the whole family goes upside down for the small little kid. True or not? Now, what do you do with the kid? What do you do with the child? What happened with us? We were looked after. True or not true? Guys, we are here, we are who we are, only because of our family and our parents. It was a combination of so many people's effort that got us to where we are in life today. Think about it. How much of sacrifice did our parents and grandparents make for us? Your kid is your first downline. Do you understand? Downline. Do you ever give up on your kid? They do wrong things. They don't listen to you. Let me tell you a story now. So many years ago, I signed up many of your uplines. I didn't sign them up, but I became the father by default, okay? So, अभी डैडी बन गया, अभी बच्चे लोग को सिखाना है ना? You think they listen to me? No. I gave them the books and the DVDs. Just like you all got. I'm going to poke some fun at them. Now the mic is in my hand. Now I can ungli maro them a little bit and then go. I'm flying also. So before they can shout at me, I'll be on the plane. You see what? I'm a sneaky guy. I know how to get the job done. So everyone's excited. Sign up, sign up, sign up, sign up, sign up. I'm scratching my head without them knowing. Shit, we have to get the foundation right, make sure everything's in place. So, my house became like a dharamshala. So, we used to sit down. The best way to make your downline watch the DVDs is if you watch it with them. There was a time that I could do the 8 building blocks better than Chief. Even Chief had forgotten, but I had watched it 100 times. I could tell you the next sentence that was going to be said. Do you understand? Now that's the easy part. So it's like your children are not doing your homework. I told them, go home, do your homework. But does anyone like homework? No. They want to play. What's play? Make money. Sign more people. Arey yaar, let's go play instead. It's more fun. Maja aata hai. Huh? Homework no one wants to do. So this is another problem now. DVDs at least are easy. You can sit the guy down for 2 hours, watch with him. Name list, dream list, all the building blocks as it's happening. So I became a trainer watching the DVDs actually. I learned from them only. I was doing it again and again. Before I knew it, I could do training. There was no LS, LDC, nothing, CTC. I learned from repetition. If you watch the 8 building blocks over 100 times, you think you can't do the 8 building blocks? You'll have to be a mental retard if you can't do it after 100 times watching. Do you understand? Then the tough one was the books. Oh, this is this is a tough one. Now this, all of them are guilty of not doing. All. Have you read the books? Yeah, I started it. I started reading it and I'm busy tha na. Ho raha hai sir, ho raha hai. So I came up with an ingenious plan. I told them, listen, now you'll have built a team now which is reasonably big. I mean, compared to the team now, it was piddly small, but you know, I said, so you have to stop trusting me now. You have to start trusting the company. So for that, we all have to go to Hong Kong to meet the company, meet the management. Okay? They were like, Hong Kong, tell us what we have to do here. So of course I gave them a target. They had to hit so many UVs. And they went berserk. We're going to Hong Kong, we're going to Hong Kong. Yes, yes, yes. Then I put one extra clause in the contract. You have to have finished the books, otherwise you don't get your boarding pass. Now this caused a lot of panic. Some of them had not read a book since college. You understand? Many of you also have not read. Be honest. Yes? The closest you come to reading is the newspaper, I think, which is a waste of time. So, I won't take names, but some of your uplines are such idiots. Their wife was reading them the book in bed. Like a story, you know? Like your parents used to read you stories now. I won't take names because I don't want to de-edify anyone. But they used to get their wife to read the book to them in bed. Every night, 1 hour, 2 hours. So that, because I told them, I will ask you a question from any of the books. And if you can't answer it, no boarding pass. Your Hong Kong trip is cancelled. So suddenly, sense of urgency increased. And they all read the books. So 10 of them came. I don't know, Kavita, was it 10 or 12 of us went? All of them are still in the business. It's called the foundation, guys. Do you understand? Didn't your parents build a foundation for you? Didn't they teach you the basics? Yes? Didn't they teach you how to brush your teeth in the morning? Do you tell your kids, okay, your mom, go brush your teeth? Or were you supervised when you used to brush your teeth? Didn't somebody supervise you brushing your teeth many times, not just once? True or not true? Whether you're doing it properly, only when our parents were satisfied that we were proficient enough to brush our own teeth, did they stop supervising us brushing our teeth. True or not true? Guys, taking a bath, who used to give you a bath? Mom, dad, or the maid? Or grandparents? Right? How many times they gave you a bath? Then they supervise you going for a bath yourself. How many times? Whether you're putting soap properly, cleaning your hair properly. Basic personal hygiene was taught to you from a very young age. How much of patience did our parents have with us? So we could be neat and clean. Putting on your school uniform, tying your shoelaces. Think, guys. Building a network is like building a family, like I told you. Would you take any shortcuts with your family? Would you? But we do. And that's why people drop out. Because this business itself is a shortcut. You realize that, right? Somebody showed you, this is you, your left, your right, and we go on, and within 5 years, you can change your life. True or not? So, if you think you can take shortcuts when the journey is only 5 years to begin with, a shortcut of a shortcut ends up in a bad accident. Do you understand what I mean? A very bad accident. In most cases, a fatal accident. There are no shortcuts to a shortcut. We are already taken the shortcut. Now everything has to be done based on the shortcut that we have chosen. We are condensing decades of income into years. You think this is a joke? You think it's a bloody joke? I'm talking to you now as your upline. And if you think it's a joke, shame on you. You don't deserve to be in this business then. Because I don't know how you're going to raise your children. What if our parents took shortcuts with us? What would happen to your kids? Think. It's no joke. It's people's lives at stake over here. So I never took this lightly. And that is how I built a team. Now, How do you sustain a team? How do you sustain a team? Now there are many ego issues, emotional issues, mindset issues that you will have to go through when you're building a team. So many of us today earn more money than our parents earned. True or not true? Yes? Who's the downline? Us. Who's the upline? Mummy, daddy. Who's grand upline? Grandpa, grandma. Correct? Who's earning more money today? Us. Do they have any ego problem with that? Do they get angry? Or do they feel proud? Tell me. Correct. So you will go through phases. One leg is moving, other leg is stuck. This leg is stuck, this leg is moving. It's like one shuffle like this, like Michael Jackson, like this. And sometimes your downline will make more money than you. And you'll say, Arey, man, I'm doing the work and this bugger's earning the money. Welcome to the club. All your uplines have gone through that phase. He came and they complained to me, hey yaar, I am working this fellow's left leg and oh mera sab power leg mein hai, abhi mera dusra leg or teesra leg and all this rubbish, okay? And it's still your leg, na? Whether it's left leg or right leg. One leg is your leg, na? Still. You want to chop off one of your own legs? No, I hope not. It will be stupidity in its purest form. So, that will be another phase you all will go through. So every time anyone came to me and said, अरे यार मेरा एक लेग चल रहा है लेकिन वो दूसरा लेग नहीं चल रहा है. I said, is this a good thing or a bad thing? At least 50% of your work is finished or not? Correct or not? So why are you not happy? I don't understand. Job done now, 50% at least. You should be excited and happy about it. So, let's move to sustainability now. How do you sustain an organization? Again, what did I say? It is like a family. Correct? What is networking? Like a... Every example I've given you is real life. Sustainability is also falls under the same family heading. Tell me something. What is the maximum? Think about this. Okay? How many generations can you actually interact with in your lifetime if you are lucky? 3 generations. Your kids, your grandkids, and if you're blessed, your great-grandchildren. Correct? After that, Ram Ram Satya hai, you're gone. Rest in peace, and the family tree continues without you. Correct or not? There'll be a photo on the wall, maybe if you're lucky. This was your great-grandfather. He was a good man. Hopefully, they'll say that about us, you know. True or not? 3 generations, right? That's exactly what I did. I told Sachin, Kavita, Sharfun, all your leaders, Gautam, all these guys, Diggy, all these boys, I said, boss, I am there to make sure the 3 levels are looked after. Do you understand? 3 levels. Beyond that, it is humanly not possible for you to give so much of attention, so much of detail, so much of supervision, so much of love, so much of care. 3 levels. And because I was able to do it for 3 levels now, you all are all in this stadium today. Without me being around. And they are doing exactly the same thing. They have done it. That's why you all are here today. 3 levels. But those 3 levels have to be rock solid. They are like the foundation. Not like, they are the foundation of your organization. You see, whenever a construction happens, what is the first thing that happens on a construction site? Do they start building up or they build down first? Based on the strength of the foundation, the structure lasts for several years. True or not? Can you compromise on that? Not possible. So 3 levels was my foundation. And then the first floor came, second floor came, third floor came, 10th floor came. Then the Burj Khalifa came after that. Do you understand? I did not build it. It was built by somebody else. What did I do? Focused on the foundation. So, there's a story which I never get tired of sharing. I first heard it from V partner Ranjit Singh. He's a very sweet man. And I learned so much from him in my early days, still do. And it's a lovely story. There are actually 2 stories that I will share with you. The first story was, I was about 6 months in the business. And I attended my first training. He was a V partner, first V partner I ever met. He had come to Bombay. And just like y'all are with stars in the eyes right now, looking at me now, saying, oh, I was like you, sitting over there. And he shared that one day, 2 seeds rolled down a mountain into a valley. And they were next to each other. And they slowly started growing. And they grew into 2 trees. Now, one tree was a decent tree, but not very big, not very grand looking. It was a bit thin and scrawny, but it was still a good tree. The other tree was magnificent, huge, big branches, leaves, fruit. Everyone admired the bigger tree. They said, wow. And people didn't pay much attention to the other tree. And then several years later, a storm came. And it was a terrible storm. And with high winds, a lot of rain, the ground was soaked and there were landslides happening. And the big tree started to creak and got uprooted partially and started to fall. And it fell on the other tree. The other tree kept it up and saved it. Do you understand? If the other tree was not there to stop the fall, that tree would have got uprooted and destroyed and died. And then the storm passed. And the big tree was shocked. Asked the small tree, said, how you are not affected by the storm? I don't understand. And furthermore, how you were able to hold me up when I'm so much bigger than you? And the small tree smiled at the big tree and with a lot of love said, because my friend, my brother, when you were growing your branches, I was growing my roots. And this is why we are still standing today. Because your uplines have grown their roots. And I know what's going on. Many storms have come and gone. Many more will come also. But we will not get uprooted. Because we are still standing here today. By God's grace. Because we build it right. We build 3 generations, we build our roots, and then you build it and they will come. I guarantee you. You build it and they will come. Where did you all come from? I built it. They built it. You all came, true or not? So if you build it, you will be here and they will come. This is my guarantee to you. So I want you to remember one thing tonight. When you go to bed, take the decision to build it right. Take the decision to build it strong. Build your roots, build your foundation. And you build it, and they will come. And I will be there to clap for you. God bless you. Love you guys.